Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back into another video and another Super Dragon Ball Hero showcase. Today we're going to be doing a video on the recently EZA'd Fuu, one of the few Dragon Ball Heroes units I don't actually have a single dupe in. So this is going to be him at his bare minimum of 55%. Don't forget to let me know down in the comments what you think of EZA, and don't forget to drop a like, subscribe if new. All the support is very much appreciated. So on the first rotation, we do have him linked up with Silas, one of the few extreme units that don't actually have big bad bosses. He does have a few decent links, like for example, Demonic Power is a pretty good link. The Innocent Solid Support are okay links, but getting them all active on one rotation, not that easy. He does have a few good linking partners like the EZA Golden Cooler and also the EZA I can't remember off the top of my head. There's another unit as well that's also in there, and of course Silas is one of them. Of course, haven't done actually an individual showcase on him yet either, but that will be coming soon. Considering we don't have like big bad bosses active, Thirst for Conquest, things like that. You can have a small kind of preview for this. So turn 1, Fuu has 156k attack stat and 83k defense. That's before he supers and before he's even supered as well. That's where he gets the chunk of his attack and defense. He has nothing at the start of turn, and he gets attack and defense plus 150% when performing a super attack. So those numbers will jump up once he supers. But before then, obviously, prior to him supering, he's not going to really look that impressive whatsoever. So what are we putting out turn 1? 3.87 mil at 55%, you know, a Super Dragon Ball Heroes unit at 55%. That's actually not bad. That is actually not bad at all. He is a Dragon Ball Heroes lead, given Ki plus 4, HP and attack and defense plus 150%. On super attack, he greatly raises attack and defense by 50% for one turn, which is great. Again, when you consider he gets all of his attack and defense, he gets that 150% all on super attack. So you definitely don't want him anywhere near slot 1. You either have him on slot 2 or slot 3. He also causes immense damage to the enemy and also seals. So, of course, that's going to be very handy in stages and events where you can actually seal. Of course, a lot of the red zone stages, you can't actually do that, or you can for like the first phase or two. But then when, of course, you get to the actual like boss stage, like the final phase, typically you won't be able to do that. So the other part of his passive is he gets Ki plus 1, which goes up to 5, and attack and defense plus 10% up to 50%. And a chance of evading enemies' attack, including super attack, plus 10% up to 50% per time travelers category allowed on the team. Which, if you're running a full Dragon Ball Heroes team, full crossover team, or full time travelers team, of course, you can pretty much fill the team out with a full time travelers category team, kind of just naturally by running those 3 categories. I mean, time travelers is literally exactly what you're looking for. Dragon Ball Heroes and crossover units, especially Dragon Ball Heroes units, the majority of them are all time travelers or fit on the time travelers category as well. So yeah, naturally running him on those 3 categories, you're going to get the extra ki, the extra attack and defense, and the 50% dodge chance as well. Very, very easily. So now linked up with Toa, we do also have solid support and demonic power active, along with having some support. And what does she give again? She is giving Ki plus 3, attack and defense plus 40%. And then, of course, when you have really low HP, you get that big fat support of attack and defense plus 60%, which, of course, we're not down to yet. But with demonic power and solid support active, with also his other links active with Silas, he does have a 240k attack stat and 103k defense. And that's even before he supers. That's before he gets the bulk of his attack and defense. That's before he gets the 150% when he performs a super attack. And before he greatly raises attack and defense by 50% on super as well. So that's actually looking very impressive. Especially the 240k attack stat pre-super. So we are indeed going to leave him in slot 2. Damn, excuse me, it was just almost basically choking. But yeah, we're gonna see what he's doing with all the support, the extra 2 links active. And even at 55%, his attack stat is actually probably gonna look very juicy, like it's gonna look incredibly impressive. Hopefully Silas doesn't do ridiculous amounts of damage here. 5.9, he's literally just under a 6 million attack stat. Damn. That's impressive, you know? I know that's with support, but the support, the extra 2 links, that's really good. And especially because he's at 55%, I don't have a singular dupe in this guy. So he has no extra stats whatsoever. And he's putting out just under a 6 million attack stat at 55%, with 6 out of 7 links active, and also the support from Toa. That's really good, man. That's at 55%. If you had at least 1 dupe in him, like, of course you have the increased stats, but if you had 1 dupe in him where you could hit an additional and greatly raise his attack and defense twice, that's quite a bit of damage to do at 1 turn with only 1 dupe as well. But yeah, that's seriously impressive. Like, seriously impressive. His defense, though, however, off of 1 super attack, even with the support, I reckon his defense is in an okay spot. It's probably nothing special. You know, he probably has somewhere in the region of, there's like a wide estimation because I'm not entirely sure. You're probably looking at like 300k to 500k defense with, of course, that chance to dodge, which goes up to 50%. Time travelers category on the team, which majority of the time with the units you're running with will be a 50% chance. So that's 3 to 500k defense once he supers, with also a 50% chance to dodge, which now a lot of the more recent red zone stages you can actually dodge in. So in terms of, you know, him actually being able to dodge in harder content, obviously that's a lot more, you can do that a lot more frequently. So having that range of defense with a 50% chance to dodge is actually pretty decent, pretty solid defensively. 4.1 there on the super as well. Again, this is at 55%. He's pretty good, you know. He is pretty good. Not to mention as well, to round out his passive, he does get an additional attack plus 50% when HP is 50% or less, plus an additional attack and defense plus 50% within the same turn after evading an attack. So obviously a lot of the time, you're actually probably going to miss him getting the additional attack and defense plus 50%. So that's the reason he had a 4.1 million attack stat there, is because we put him in slot 1, he dodged before we super attack, so he had a little bit extra, which definitely helps out his defense quite a bit. It won't make too much of an impact in like red zone, just because having between 3 to 500k defense, those are pretty much in the ranges of, you know, how much damage bosses, even the hardest hitting bosses, are pretty much going to be doing on normals. In terms of a super attack, there's probably not many super attacks he can tank. You know, however, against Cooler Core, the Super Dragon Ball Hero stages, he is able to dodge their supers, so that is quite valuable, especially because, again, his defense isn't in the range to be able to tank a super from them, nor does he have damage reduction or guard. So that does still make him viable, that does still make him useful. But a lot of the time, if you are going to be taking Fuu into harder content, you're probably going to be missing out on the extra attack and defense plus 50% the majority of the time, just because you need him to dodge before he supers to get the extra attack and defense. And for him to do extra damage before he supers, which is kind of where it's going to be most impactful, you're going to have to put him in slot 1. And in harder content like red zone, considering how much damage they do on basics, let alone supers, if Fuu doesn't dodge, like, yes, that's a coin flip chance to dodge, which is a good amount of chance to dodge. But if he doesn't dodge, like, if he doesn't dodge probably all of them, or just, you know, potentially that one, Fuu could end up getting you killed, which means, as I said, you're probably going to miss that attack and defense plus 50% the majority of the time. However, that does give him a little bit of extra defense after he's super attacked, when he has his 150% defense when performing a super, greatly raising attack and defense. And then there's also the, you know, the potential of hitting an additional if you put skill equips on him, or if you're lucky enough to have some dupes, he could greatly raise his attack and defense twice, and then have the additional attack and defense plus 50% after the evasion. He'll be able to tank some basics pretty well with all that defense. But yeah, in terms of utilizing the part where you can have it added to him supering, you're probably going to miss that a lot of the time, just because it's too risky and harder content to put him in slot 1, because if he doesn't dodge, he's just taking too much damage, unfortunately. But other than that, I'm actually pretty impressed with Fuu. And again, this is all at 55%. I am really impressed. In terms of him getting him down to 50% HP or less, I can probably work out where he's going to be sitting there, and yes, I did completely reset the turn because I used the wrong item. Of course, we want Fuu to dodge, but I don't want Fuu to die. So we're going to put him in slot 1. Hopefully he dodges, and then we can see what he does with... Unfortunately, we can't get demonic power and stuff active. In fact, what happens if we do this? We lose Infighter. And then what links do we have with Silas? Brainiacs and Infighter. We lose Brainiacs and Infighter to get demonic power and solid support. Do I want to be giving him those instead? 187k attack stat. What do we get with this? Yeah, actually, we want to do this. Yeah, this can be the final rotation. This can be the final rotation. He will actually do a little bit more damage here. So we're going to see what he can do with all of his higher attack links active, while also getting the additional attack and defense plus 50% from dodging, and also the support from Toro as well. And this should be his best at 55% in terms of how much damage output he's going to have on Super. 5.5 mil. Again, at 55%, that's actually pretty good. That is pretty good. But yeah, defensively, he's solid. Again, for a unit that doesn't have guard or damage reduction, again, combine that defense with the fact he can dodge a lot more in the more recent red zone stages. Decent damage output, again, at 55%. So if you have dupes, he's doing way more than that. Also, there's potential to hit an additional. Greatly raises attack and defense by 50% twice. There's also potential for him to crit. But I'm impressed at 55%. He is looking very, very good. I am impressed with that. His EZA is pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. It is pretty good. As I said, you won't be seeing that additional attack and defense plus 50% utilized when he's supering, just because, again, in harder content, you won't be putting him in slot 1. Other than that, that's kind of his only downside. That is kind of his only downside, I'm not gonna lie. Other than that, he's a pretty good EZA. A pretty good EZA indeed. I am definitely impressed with him. He's very, very good. But do let me think down in the comments once again. And I'll see you in the next video, guys. And peace!